Hi everyone, I'm Rincey and this is Rincey Reads. Today I'm going to be doing basically like a book haul for you guys. I have my book of the month box that I have to unbox, and I've, as usual, forgotten the books that are inside except for one. There's one I'm super excited about, but I've forgotten what the other two are. So we will all discover that together. And then I have a couple other books to show off and I will just explain those when I get to them. So let's start with book of the month. Oh, they sent extra goodies this month. They actually told us that, but I completely forgot about it. So one of them are Book of the Month socks, which is, I'm never going to complain about getting socks because really it's like the most practical thing you could have. And these feel like really thick and warm. Now these are made in the United States as well. That's really nice. I don't know why I'm reading this like upside down. There's also Book of the Month coloring pencils and a little card addressed to me. The card's basically just a thank you for being a Book of the Month ambassador, which basically means that they send me the books early and I post about them on Instagram. And the socks are a thank you, which they said are not available to the general public yet, but maybe in the future. So look out for that if you are a Book of the Month subscriber. They also included a reader-friendly coloring book, which makes sense for, the colored pencils. There's like bookish illustrations that also have like Book of the Month themes. Like you can't see in that picture because it's tiny, but the Book of the Month logo is on the book that she's reading. This one, the Book of the Month logo is on the tote that she has. And I actually love that Book of the Month tote. It is fantastic. All right, now the actual books. So the first book is One Day This Will Matter by Sachi Cole. Hopefully I said that correctly. I believe that's how you're supposed to say the title because they have this part that's crossed out and says, one day we'll all be dead and none of this will matter. But I don't know if you're supposed to say all those words in the title. I've seen this one around a lot. This cover is really eye-catching, so I always see when people are posting about it. So that is one of the reasons why I put it in my box this month. This one is picked by Judge Kevin Nguyen, and it says Sachi Cole is a loon. That's a compliment in Canada, right? And her debut essay collection, One Day We'll All Be Dead and None of This Will Matter. All right, he wrote out the whole title, so I'm assuming you're supposed to say the whole title. Is all the right kinds of smart, angry, and hilarious. So yes, essay collection from, I believe, a female. Yes, female author of color. So yes, definitely here for that. Next up is Startup by Dory Schaffer. Oh, I'm killing it today. This one was picked by Judge Glory Edom, and it says Dory Schaffer's hilarious debut is filled with brilliant characters, sharp writing, and tons of what just happened moments. Every chapter captures the intensity and day-to-day absurdity of tech culture. I was laughing out loud on my subway rides to the office. Trust me, you will too. This book deserves 5 smiley face emojis. So yeah, this book I know takes place in sort of like the tech world. There's one guy who has created like this massive app that's about to be evaluated or bought out or something along those lines for the elusive $1 billion valuation. There is like a journalist who works in the industry and a mom who's been like sort of out of the work field for a while and is joining back in and is trying to figure out her place amongst all of these younger people. So yeah, it sounds really interesting. It has a lot of potential. That's why I picked this one. And then the final book is American War by Omar Akkad. This is the book that I was most looking forward to this month, and it's a book that's been on my radar for a couple of months now. This one was picked by Maris Christie, and she says, no, American War isn't exactly a beach read, but never mind. It is as gripping, shocking, mind-blowing as any novel I've ever read. It contains world building that's based in fact, but also deeply imagined. It will leave you wondering, could this happen in real life? Could it? Could it? So if you watch my book riot videos, I did Ready, Set, Hold for April. And this was one of the books that I mentioned. And it's basically like a near future dystopia, and I've seen a lot of people talking about this as being sort of like a modern day Handmaid's Tale 1984 type of book where it feels eerily realistic even though it isn't realistic, at least not yet. So yeah, that is one of the reasons why I had this on my radar, plus another author of color here for it. All right, I have 3 more books I want to show off to you guys. The first one is Temporary People by Deepak Unukrishnan. This is a relatively new release. This is an art copy of it. I got this from not the publisher, but someone else at Book Riot had a copy and they were done with it, and so they passed it along to me. So this is apparently a collection of linked short stories. You are following these people who live in the United Arab Emirates. I feel like it's not really that well known in the United States, but a lot of the people that live there are immigrants from other countries. I believe it says on the back here like over 80% of the population are foreign nationals, brought in to construct the towering monuments to wealth that punctuate the skylines of Abu Dhabi and Dubai. This labor force works without the rights of citizenship, endures miserable living conditions, and must eventually leave the country. So apparently in this book, he discusses a lot of different characters who all fall under that. So I'm really excited about it, especially since it takes place in a country I don't think I've ever read about. I know a little bit about the area because I've had family members from India go to Dubai temporarily for work and things like that. I've never been there myself, at least not yet. But yeah, it'll be interesting to read a book that takes place there. And then finally, I have 2 more books. These are both books that I bought when I was in Nashville. If you follow me on like Instagram, you will have seen me like Instagramming my Nashville travels. I loved it there. We stayed in East Nashville, which was really nice. We got an Airbnb and we wandered around the area a little bit, and there were multiple bookshops in the area, like walking distance from the house we were staying in. I like wanted to move there. One of them was a used bookstore. I don't remember what the name of it is. Unfortunately, if I was back in that neighborhood, I could just walk down the block and figure it out, but I'm not. But while I was there, I found this Agatha Christie, The Tuesday Club Murders. I don't know anything about this mystery book. It's like one of those that is slightly less well known, but I love these editions. So whenever I see them, especially at used bookstores because they are out of print, I always grab them if it's not a copy that I already have. So yeah, just grab this because it's an Agatha Christie I don't own yet. And then there was one other bookstore in the area called Her Bookshop. It's a relatively new bookstore from what I can tell, and it's beautiful in there. It's wonderfully curated, and so I had to get a book, and I got The Wanderers by Meg Howry. This is a relatively new release. This cover is gorgeous, and I'm already in love with it. But yeah, that bookshop is one where they specifically curate beautiful books, so this is why that was there. They have lots of like really great like special editions of books. They have a lot of like art books and picture books for kids and things like that. It's a really wonderful bookstore. If you're ever in Nashville, obviously like Parnassus Books is like the bookstore to go to, but if you have the opportunity to go to East Nashville, go check out Her Bookshop. So yeah, that is everything that I have for you guys in this video. As per usual, if you get book of the month, definitely let me know which book you ended up picking this month. There's a link down in the description as usual to book of the month in case you're interested in signing up or seeing what the other 2 books are for this month. As a reminder, I don't get paid for that. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. They just send me the books for free. Or if you've read any of these books and you want to talk to me about them or tell me what you thought of them, I'd definitely love to hear that, obviously without spoilers. So yeah, that's all I have for now, and thanks for watching.